Education Minister Jess Wilson. Jess, there's so much that we have heard over the last few weeks that has been worrying. Every day there is another one of these stories, and you just have to ask the question, why has it taken so long for this stuff to be picked up?
Well, good to be with you, Caleb. And this is exactly right. We have a broken system here in Victoria, and it is failing to keep children safe. And I think the biggest problem that we have seen is that the Allen Labor government was warned about this in 2022 by the Ombudsman. The Ombudsman made recommendations to the Labor government to fix the Working with Children's Check system to make sure that those loopholes were closed, and they failed to act. And what we continue to see is failure after failure putting children at risk. And that's why we've called on the government, since this situation broke a few weeks ago, to urgently recall the Parliament and to immediately implement reforms that would fix the system, that would plug those loopholes. But time and time again, the government is refusing to do so. The Premier choosing instead to put in place another review, a review that's looking at previous reviews. That's not taking action to keep children safe today.
Yeah, and I mean, it's the typical refuge. We'll have a review of a review of a review of a review. It doesn't change anything. But you've announced today a plan of things that you could do immediately, which includes fixing the Working with Children check, giving parents access to safety data, raising the bar on workforce standards, creating an independent watchdog, banning personal phones in childcare centres and linking federal funds to safety. I mean, it seems like common sense stuff.
That's right. These are immediate reforms that we could take tomorrow to make the system safer and to ensure that when kids are dropped off at childcare, parents can have trust that the system is going to keep them safe. Our plan, Safe from the Start, is designed to fix the broken system and to help build that trust that has been shattered in the system. And we look at right across the board, as you said, Working with Children's Check reform. We know what needs to be done now. We want to put in place a register of all childcare workers. At the moment, only teachers are required to be registered. And what we know is that we need to know where workers are moving around, where educators are moving around, because that can be a red flag. We want to put in place a watchdog that actually has teeth, that can take enforcement action, that can investigate. At the moment, it's a tiny part of the Department of Education that reports to a Deputy Secretary. No transparency, no accountability. It's time we had an independent watchdog that parents can make complaints to, that centres can make complaints to, and there are proper investigations and oversight. We want to look at how do we make sure that we can put CCTV appropriately in these centres. The police tell us it's absolutely essential in terms of a deterrent, but also, should the worst happen, being able to follow up and find that evidence. And finally, we want to work with the Commonwealth. We want to say taxpayer money should not be going to centres that are not meeting quality and safety standards. That's unacceptable. We're ready to work with the Allen Labor government tomorrow. We want to be constructive because the safety of our children is our absolute priority.
And I think they owe it to the many good workers in these childcare centres to do this stuff too, because as the Federal Education Minister Jason Clare was talking about last night on the ABC, I think it was, there are so many childcare workers walking around now worried about how they are perceived in their profession and what is going on in their profession because nothing is being done. It's owed to the kids, it's owed to the workers, it's owed to parents. It should be done now. Jess, thank you for joining me. After the break, the plot thickens as the US House subcommittee votes to subpoena the so-called Epstein files. Don't go away.